And this magic everywhere is right in front of the face in the world of appearance, constant. Yet these human forms, when they get locked into these repetitive realities, then the magic everywhere looks repetitive and fixed. And the magic is overlooked so often. But not for the child. The child is just like, what? Yeah. That's how you were when you came in. You were just like seeing the magic everywhere. And then you start thinking yourself up. And then there's this fixation, with this fixation on me that solidifies. As an identification, separate from the whole cosmos. It's all available for everybody all the time. So much potential, so much creativity is all available, but it gets blocked and lost when we get fixed. Yeah, so life is really kind in that way. Life has a way of disrupting fixed ideas, fixed patterns, and when that happens, we either the whole world is rocked, or we adjust and adapt. So there's a huge, it seems a crazy thing to say actually, there's a huge transformation happening. It's like such a crazy thing to say, because it's always been happening and it's just cranked up right now and so obvious to everyone, whereas it was just obvious to a few. So now it's becoming more and more and more obvious to the many. Yeah, that nothing else is worth living for, actually, than being really awake to being updated, to being called to unimaginable new frequencies for the one who has been living this life as if it's separate. So much is becoming more available all the time. And so much is being chopped down and destroyed and falling apart. And it's being experienced in so many ways. And there is this kind of like struggling to keep a certain kind of safety, which is a false sense of safety. Because the only way to truly live is to know how to die. The only way to truly live, to really live, is to know how to die, and that is to be willing to lose everything. So you can and will lose everything. And the fear of losing everything is what keeps people, so many people, in a mediocre way of living. Who will you be when everything is taken? I mean, everything is stripped away and you're standing left just only as spacious aware. Yeah. How much in the daily life keeps you from the magic? I call it the magic just because, you know, it seems to be magic for the 3D human experience. There's such an incredible, vast, you all know it, field of possibility all the time to line up with the right people, the right beings, synchronicities, plants, herbs, the information field that flows towards you, what seems like magic that just comes through, just, you know, it just comes like you can go through one day where so much magic is, I call it magic, right? But it's just living in a quantum way, right? Whatever words I use to call it, it's not going to be that. So I'm just pointing. I'll call it the magic. Because you know what I'm talking about. And that really, really, really unfolds, only unfolds and is available in a constant way is when we're living in a flow, right? And yeah, I thank my lucky stars for living so many years, having no home and not knowing where I was going next, and living out of a suitcase and living in such a way that because my home was in the flow of just not knowing and trusting and living the moment. That was my home, right? And it still is my home. And I feel lucky about that at the same time as I experience the reality of physical. Okay, where's my physical home? Yeah. So that's a dance, but I feel so grateful for making the true investment, because what I do have out of that investment is something that can never be taken. Because you can lose your home, right? Just an earthquake, just a load of floods, just a load of everything breaking down. You can lose it all, physical, material. However, my point right now is in pointing to where the magic is. Don't lose sight of the magic for a false sense of security. That's my point.